So Mauritius is a little island measuring 68 kilometers from now north to south and about, let's say, less than 60 kilometers from east to west. It's a very small little island, but a very unique island, a little paradise on earth, situated in the Indian Ocean, not far away from Madagascar, let's say 2 hours from Madagascar, at the east part of Madagascar, and let's say 4 hours and a half flight from Johannesburg, direct flight. Then it's also situated from Europe, let's say Paris or Frankfurt, at about 11 hours from Europe. So it's a very nice place. Mauritius, the cultures, the religions, they're all living together, mixed the cultures and the religion, made that Mauritius is very famous today, very safe, no visa, no malaria, no yellow fever. So it's a very nice opportunity for all the family to explore Mauritius for hunting, fishing, sightseeing, ecotourism. So why did I decide to move to Mauritius? That's a good question. I was a technician in a hunting federation long time ago and during 5 years in France. So making the counting and all the things about hunting for the local hunters in France. And then 11 years back, it was in 2003, I decided to move from France to Mauritius because for me, it was a real challenge to develop hunting in Mauritius. And I meet the pioneer about hunting in Mauritius, and it was Alan O'Reilly. And Alan O'Reilly was the guy who developed hunting in Mauritius for the non-citizen, for the tourist, because there was no law, there was no authorization at the beginning. So he invited me to join his partners to develop hunting. And then, since 2007, I create my own company, which is Le Chasseur Mauricien, to invite the hunters from all around the world to collect a good experience and a good trophy in Mauritius. So the Rusa deer was introduced long time ago. It was in 1639 exactly by the Dutch people, so long time ago. They are coming from Indonesia, exactly in the Java island. And the scientific name of this wonderful deer that we can hunt here in Mauritius is Cervus timorensis rusa rusa. So it's the biggest representative of the Cervus timorensis family. And we have lots of them here because, as you can imagine, since 1639, lots of animals was introduced here. At the first time, it was much more for the food, because the sailors was coming from everywhere from the world, and the Dutch people decide to reintroduce the Rusa deer here in Mauritius to get some food. But then, a couple of years later, a big storm, a big cyclone, damaged all the little park where the Rusa hirsch was there, and they was naturally reintroduced in the nature. So today we can hunt the Rusa deer, which is a very nice animal. They count only 6 pointers, 3 on each side of their body, of their antlers. On the body mass is around 160, 170 kilos, live weight, I mean. And then a big trophy starts at 30 inches to 39 inches. The world record was shot in Mauritius and it was 41 inches long, which is 1 meter, 2 centimeters and a half. So we have Rusa deer for our passionate hunters, but we have also wild boar, which is a small Indonesian wild boar, but who can get some very nice tusk. We have lots of pheasants for the dedicated pheasants lovers. We have Indian francolin. We have also hare, Japanese hare, and we have lots of guinea fowls also. About the swine, about the wild boar, we call it the brown pig. So it's like a pork This pork was reintroduced from Java Island, like the Rusa deer, by the Dutch people in 1639, so also a long time ago, and we can hunt them because we have lots of them. But they are very shy, very nocturnal, so it's quite a bit challenging to target a big tusker. But for the big males, for sure, they have big tusk, which is 18 centimeters, 20 centimeters. The world record was shot here with me as a PH with one of my Russian guests, and it was 24.5 centimeters. Okay, so Le Chasseur Mauricien is in partnership with Blazer Safari. Blazer Safari send me some guests every year from Germany, Austria, and from all around the world. Passionate hunters about deer hunting, about sightseeing and family trip, which is very important in Mauritius. It's not only hunting, it's also family trips, adventures, sightseeing, dolphins excursion, deep sea fishing. Lots of things are very, very possible here in Mauritius, and it's very safe. Like I said, no malaria, no visa, etc. So Blazer, I'm working with Blazer Safari, and mainly my guests prefer to shoot by walk and stalk because this is the best way for hunting. For me, as a PH, as a professional hunter, I like to be in touch with the wilderness, to be in touch with the animals, to calling the male, to calling the female, and even if we have an opportunity to shoot at 150 meters, I will always push my guests to go in closer and closer and closer for the experience. And but some guys cannot walk properly because they are injured somewhere or they cannot properly. So we have lots of high seat, and we have in this area, which is 4,000 hectares in one block, we have around 280 high seat. So it's not a problem for the disabled hunters to drive, waiting, climbing on the high seat, and then making the baby sounds, the calf, the coo, the stag, the hirsch, and then to attract them during the mating season. So if we consider about hunting, in Mauritius, we can hunt with you can hunt with your own rifle, but it's very complicated, very difficult. With the hair companies, they ask you to separate the ammunitions and blah blah blah, and it costs a lot. So we have, I think, one of the best rifle in the world that we can give for free as a package to all our guests. So this is the type of rifle that we are using. We have different model, different quality and different caliber. The caliber that I have here, it's 7mm Remington Magnum, and it's a linear repetition rifle. The scope that we're using can be Leica, Swarovski or Minox, which is for me one of the best brands in the world, and very successful hunts are made with this equipment. It's a little bit very luxurious rifle to crawling in the mud, but anyway, it's always very nice to get a good rifle in hands when you're hunting something, even if it's to shoot one bullet, but the bullet must hit exactly the place where you're aiming. This is the most important thing. So it's not necessary to bring your own rifle. We can give you one of the best rifles in the world. And about the optics, like the binoculars, I'm using this type of binoculars because it's very simple, very light, 10 by 42. And we can use a little SD card. It's very technologic. I don't like technology, but sometimes, because all the guests are different, we must help them as much as we can. So by giving them the range distance, the millimeters, the hygrometry, and the drop ballistic can help them to be successful and to don't wound the animal. Successful for me is not to collect the biggest trophy. Successful as a hunter must be that you must kill the animal. You must not wound it. So those equipment can help the hunters to get a successful hunt with us. So hunting in Mauritius, as I said, is hunting the Rusa deer because it's very rare. They live in close to only Mauritius, Réunion Island, New Caledonia. But it is also the wild boar from Indonesia. We call it the brown pig. But it is also the pheasant shooting by walk and stalk with dogs like setter, English setter, drata or pointers. Or we can organize also for a little group of hunters driven hunt for fasan, guinea fowl, francolin and hares. So in conclusion, I hope to receive a lot of guests from your countries, and because I think you will be very happy to share such an experience, to get holidays with your family, to target a very nice deer, very rare deer, and to experience how happy, how gentle, how open-minded the people from Mauritius are. The Mauritian people is the first thing that the people have to come to visit once in their life. Then hunting and sightseeing and tourism, that's the part of the cake. But I mean, I will be very happy to introduce to our way of life, our hunt and our beautiful holidays in Mauritius.